Today I'm going to talk about Keycloak, one system for all your authentications. Well, you already know about me that I am a senior DevOps engineer, and currently I live about Abu Dhabi. My passion is automation because I don't like repeating things. And I love taking part in Spartan races, and every year my score increases because there are less people taking part from my age group. Why I decided to speak about Keycloak. Here you can see that some of the common applications that are used by the software engineers. It's not optimal to use the user database inside these applications. It's because of maintenance, adding each user separately in many places. We can try to integrate some of the authentication of internet provider, of the social providers directly. But unfortunately, not all of the applications allow this. They cannot, they don't have this functionality. And even if they do, we cannot do much. This is an example how Jenkins can be integrated with Bitbucket OAuth, Bitbucket authentication. From you can see that we can just get information about 3 rows for the users, and this doesn't give us much. We cannot do much with it. We still have to manage the groups internally, to give permissions internally in the applications. And imagine the hassles. It's very insecure, because when we do it, when we give a credential to a user, usually we give a username and the password, and this password usually is not changed. If there is no policy for changing the password, the user will never change. And even if they change it, they'll put it on a sticky note or somewhere in a notepad in his computer. It's still very insecure. The hassle of managing these things, of having so many applications, so many passwords, entering in forms in many browsers, the same username, different passwords. It's a hassle. Luckily, there is a solution. Keycloak can open many doors. Keycloak is an open source software. It was initiated in 2013 by Red Hat developers, and today it has a big community which constantly improves it and adds new features. It allows single sign-on with identity and access management for modern applications. It can serve as identity brokering, authenticate with external OpenID Connect or SAML identity providers. With social login, enables login with Google, GitHub, Bitbucket, Facebook, Twitter, GitLab, and many more social networkings. It supports user federation. You can sync users from LDAP and Active Directory servers. It has a very user-friendly admin console. You can manage user rows, row mappings. You can add your own customization. It supports the standard protocols, SAML, OAuth2, and OpenID Connect. And you can customize and give your own look and feel to the login page. And yeah, I'm not going to get you bored with some theory, and I'm going to show you a demo. Okay, so here I have prepared some Terraform modules. What I'm going to do in this demo, I will show how Keycloak can serve as an identity broker and how it can be integrated with the client's Vault and SonarQube. And as an identity providers, I'm going to use GitHub, Bitbucket, and GitLab. As you can see, you don't have to use only one identity provider now. You can use as many as you want to. And I've already deployed Keycloak. When you first deploy Keycloak, you'll see that it comes with a master realm. It's not recommended to use this realm. It's because it contains the admin login. So the first thing that you're going to do, basically, is create a different realm where you're going to keep all the users, all the clients, and you can manage the users inside. Okay, I'm going to create it. Sorry, yeah, as we can see, it's created now. Okay, so now we are going to configure these two clients, Vault and SonarQube, to use Keycloak. For this, let me show you how you also need to do some configuration in the identity provider. What I've done is I've already pre-configured it, but you have to go to the workspace of here in Bitbucket and add Keycloak as a consumer, OAuth consumer. For this, you only have to give to enter this callback URL. Let me configure this in Keycloak. So what it's going to do now, it's going to create these three identity providers that I already mentioned. GitLab, GitHub, and Bitbucket. Okay, yeah, takes seconds. We go in here, and we check what has happened in Keycloak. We go to identity providers, and we can see that they're already added. And once you open it, you see that there is a redirect URI added, and this is the callback URL, and this is the one that you have to enter here. Once you create it, you will get, once you create the OAuth consumer in Bitbucket, you will see the key and the secret. This key and the secret have to be used in Keycloak, and they have to be added here. Okay, so the identity providers are added, they are configured in the social, in the software that we are going to use as identity provider. So let's add the clients. Oops, sorry. I'm going to configure the clients in Keycloak and also in the Vault and SonarQube. You can see the documentation. It's very easy, but yeah, for the demo, I've done it with Terraform and configuration as a code. Yeah. Okay, let's do it again. Let's press Terraform apply. So basically what Terraform will do, it will add the configuration in this tab. It will create a new SML provider. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention that it's always better to use OpenID Connect, OpenID Connect instead of SAML because it's the lighter protocol. It's easier to use, and SAML is heavier, and it's more difficult to be more difficult to be set up. But because SonarQube provides SAML out of the box, that's why I'm going to configure SAML here in SonarQube. Okay, let's see what has happened. Okay, the script is executed. We go to security, and here we can see that SAML is enabled, and it contains all the configuration needed for connecting to Keycloak. But I still have to do one manual step because there is one internal endpoint. The certificate is not exposed by SonarQube, and that's why I have to edit manually. How I do this? I go to the realm of Keycloak. I go to keys, and I copy the certificate. Okay, let's see now. Has something happened? Here we can see one button, login with SAML. Let's press it. Yes, and we can see our identity providers. Okay, I choose Bitbucket. Oops, okay, this was not expected. Let's see why. Sorry about that. Realm settings. Let's see what happened in the client. Oh yeah, this row comes by default with the realm, so I had to delete it. Let's see now. If it stays here, we cannot log in with SonarQube, so let's see. No, sorry. Did something wrong? Murphy's Law. The certificate. This was the only thing that had to be done actually manually. Let me try to edit again. Administration. Certificate. Let's try again. Oh yeah, probably I didn't copy it correctly the first time. Okay, let's see vote. Here in vote, we have a new tab added, OpenID Connect. When I click on it, I don't even have to click on to choose an identity provider because I'm logged in already with SAML. I'm already logged in with Keycloak, and it's a single sign-on, so I can log into the clients that are configured. So far, so good. It looks nice, but let's see with the other users. Here, I'm logged in with a different user. In Bitbucket, in all these applications, so let's see what is going to happen here. I'm logged in with a different email. As you can see, this one is different than the one. Let's see the users that are configured in Bitbucket. We have 3 users. They all named Polina, but yes. Let's see this one. Yeah, it's here. Okay. Let's try to connect with it in SonarQube. And yes, I'm connected. But I have a third user. This user has an email in Yahoo, and it's not listed here in the organization of Bitbucket, where the consumer is added. Let me try to log in with it. Okay, I choose the button. I'll try to log in with Bitbucket. That's a security glitch. Initially, when you configure the consumer, you think that you have the feeling that the clients are filtered by organization. But unfortunately, this feature is still not configured in Keycloak. It's not provided. So if you want to contribute to community, I'm sure that they'll be glad. But luckily, Keycloak is customizable. You can write your own scripts and add them inside the authentication flow. The authentication flow, you can see here in the authentication tab. The authentication flow that the providers are using is this one, first broker login flow. Yeah, we can see it in one of the providers. It's here. So what we are going to do to fix this, we are going to add a very simple JavaScript file. It is here. As you can see, it's quite simple. It can get information from Keycloak and use it. It will get the information about the user, and it will compare it. It will compare if the email domain is the same as an email domain listed as a mapper in the Bitbucket in the provider, identity provider. In order to do that, you have to enable first the script to be you need to do some configuration before executing scripts. So I have deployed Keycloak as a Helm chart. Here is my Helm chart, and you can see that I am getting one jar file here. This is a jar file containing this JavaScript file. So in order to use the scripting functionality, you first need to compress this script and place it into the providers folder. After that, you need to execute this script. And if you want to see the scripts, to enable it, to use this functionality, you need to enable the scripting in Keycloak. This is also done with this parameter. Everything is contained in the Helm chart. So if you're interested, you can go to the GitHub repo with the demo, and you can use it. Okay, let me see the users here that have been added. Well, the beauty of this is that you don't have to manage the users already to give them different permission and groups in the different applications. Everything can be done here inside Keycloak. Okay, I'm going to delete these users. And I will deploy the script that I just showed to you. For this, I will, let me just enable this, and after that I'll show what configuration was changed in Keycloak. And so with this module, I will add a authentication flow, which will contain this script. Okay. Let me go in here and see And what is happening? Oh yeah, let me show you how you can check if the scripting is enabled. You can see here in the profile, in the info of the realm, here no, in the master, these things are displayed in master, that the script is in preview, it's not disabled, because when you first install it, it will appear here, so you won't be able to see, to use the script. Now, I can see that there is a new authentication added, which is called post-login. And this is the description of my script. And this script is added in all the identity providers as a post-login flow. Okay, let's check now what is going to happen. Yeah, unexpected error, username or password. Yeah, these things are easily to be implemented. You can implement them the way you want to. And looking from the documentation, you can see that it's very powerful and you can do whatever you want with your users and the permissions of the users. So the issue that some of you might have, like we initially had, because we were not allowed to use the user database because it contains all the users of all the people working in the company. We are just one small department and we are taking care of these applications. The DevOps team is taking care of. We had to find a solution, what kind of users to use. So I'm so happy that we discovered Keycloak and it helped us to manage the user the way we want to. And you log in once and you use all the applications. Okay. Thank you.